Okay, man. This duel between the Vi versus Valley will be so interesting.
Yeah, there's not much of a choice here. Even the spam's not going to yield much.
And 4 seconds on the Sova, dude. What?
Just leaving something to go through the
What's
kitchen.
happening?
Well, the rest look for the site control. Now G2 have their post plans. Nobody sent out to mid just yet, but I see Valen checking the flank, and perhaps that'll be late flank indeed. He's on his way. The timer starts ticking now for PaperX to get on that spike and start the defuse. Back yellow fight is the main point of contention, still being held onto by Leaf, getting closer to block that defuse around the wall, and they're dropping bodies all over the place. Only left to Divide, and he's quickly shut down.
They're basically
Even Nina
on, like, okay,
wants to watch this
someone
game, my
down
friends.
because they aren't really using much.
I jinxed it. I jinxed it. Just run away. My bad, my bad, my
Game
bad.
plan's going to be a little bit of scouting coming
next
in
time.
from Thrash, gone back around to the back of yellow, so nice and easy to retrieve that.
Look how far up they are.
Yeah, big push from PaperX. They've gone through A main, starting to make that flank come through, and there could be a fight in the moment with Leaf. He's gone back to put his trap in play, and his alarm bot does cover all the angles. He's sticking around as well to try to execute. It's going to be a tough fight, though. Something and Jing hot on his tail.
And now they know. Immediately, Thrash is going to be utilized, and you can see something almost trying to bait it out, but instead it's going to be Jing caught. Can he try and defend him? No, he can't. Both players eliminated. And now the rest trying to wrap around the site. Jonah P, good position, tries to use the timing, but goes down. But again, those trades are immediate from the G2 side. The fundamentals looking strong, and Valen looking even stronger.
Twitch one.
He's keeping an eye on it, but he has no idea that somebody's already in kitchen.
Yeah, you're expecting that cross to be the player that was further back, breaking the turret. Now Jing taking down Icy, a good start. Spike on the floor, but there's Jonah P's flank coming into fruition. Divide tries to hold the space. Spike down, and they want to keep that control. Jing's coming in to support up top. It's a big swing, and one that works out. Leaving Jonah P.
Oh, he's alive.
Do it all. Something gets a second lease of life, and with the off, that might be all he needs.
Man.
But Jonah P
why do you pick
really
that,
starting
Jing?
to take a bite out of this round. 20 seconds left, though. Spike quite far away, defended by Divide, and an op on the rotation. A near impossible situation.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit of an overextension from Jing. There is still a chance if he can quickly find this kill, but I think it's patient from Divide. He actually gets away. Now there is a chance for him to plant at the back of the site. It's only going to be the sprint.
Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. Divide to save PaperX, dude. I got worried. Not gonna lie.
Turret up top. Did it see him? Well, it doesn't matter. Something's got the kill anyways. It was broken from further back. A nice setup for PaperX. And then they fill in the space. You know they're not likely to challenge that a second time. The push-up, though, it's going to be a little risky. Something's being surrounded on all sides. Jing's kept control over main, but they've lost the site itself. A nice kill by Mindfreak makes this a little bit more competitive. G2 down and out. Icy's the last man standing.
What was
1v4,
that?
5 HP on
Warm me up, warm me up.
That's probably the only thing we can look to as a positive.
I want to see how Icy will
That'll
perform
buy
in
us some
Champions,
time.
man.
The wraparound up towards heaven.
Has been looking good
They still
lately.
think that he's pretty close. The
Playing
alarm bell
good
should be
Valorant.
ringing, and now, well, now they've got the information on exactly where he is.
Being
Gotta
start
deal with
playing
this guy,
in
but
some
double
moments,
swing
man.
should put him in the ground. It's a little early for
Mindfreak,
Hits
man.
the shot.
There's a lockdown on the other side. This is just what I like to call an observer's nightmare. Ultimates being used all over the shop. We're going to get the third person as now they do what was done to them, but I do believe just with the corner, you might be able to hold on to this ultimate, and I feel like G2 are going to try and do that.
They are, but you could see the pings from PaperX. They want to compete for that back angle. Haven't had any success. Jing, something forsaken, all falling. Icy's having a round, and now with the pit still standing, there's no chance. Surely PaperX likely to head for the hills. Maybe looking to stick around and make this a bit more costly, and eventually delete their enemy of Icy. Pick up the operator and look to save it. Being challenged on the way, though, there's no free escape with Divide falling.
No saving the opponent's
carried
time.
through to the next, and
They haven't
this has
minded
been
though.
a costly round for the side of PaperX with G2 equalizing.
Jing trying to keep his teammates safe from information, but the Dizzy likely going to do that. The immediate swing. Mindfreak still gets one, and now
Look at
trying
this well.
to play over the top of the site.
Yeah, why is
Leaf kicks him out of the air. It's an angle that I feel like a lot of players would miss. But not Leaf. And now the retake's looking tough.
Yeah, it absolutely is. The numbers against them, and there it is. Thrash was online, activated now.
Valorant.
Tucked down below, manages to
Yo, this is gonna break the economy from Paper X.
And there's no need for any further aggression from this G2 side. Forsaken's out of here to try to save, but they've already got him boxed in. Like you said, Tom, Leaf right up behind him. The timing, he might actually have seen the barrel there. Yeah, now he's got a good idea, but
okay.
Damn.
Way to do it.
Timeout.
So at least they'll get that extra little piece of information. Now have the players in at the right time. Something though, again, it seemed like he was caught off guard, maybe waiting for a slightly later push off the back of the Reckoning instead. Another
looking good for G2 here, man. Hunter City for Trent.
Watching, knows that right now the flank is clear, even has support from Trent. It's going to be a very one-dimensional retake from Paper X.
He's heard the steps, but he knows that turret's still online. That's going to be a problem. Has to break it and give it away, but in comes the Hunter's Fury, taking down Forsaken. Divide falls too. They eventually deal with the flank they knew was coming, but there's still so many more to drop. There's Jing on the Icy. A chance now. Life breathed back into the side of Paper X, but look, right down below, a sneaky spot from Leaf that gets his third of the round. That may well be the final nail in the coffin of this. With Jing left alive, time ticking away, and he just has to save that weapon. Run for
74.
how quickly they get on that flank. The retake setup, though, certainly in play. You can see Leaf is just backing off, conceding this space. And in fact, the flank abandoned after breaking the turret. Now look to play this.
Paper X needs to win this pistol.
Buys a little bit of time, and the plant should be in. Shock dart, though, for damage.
They have so much plant denial a lot of the time.
Are we gonna stay here? Interesting.
Now it's going to be utilized for the retake. One man still hidden in the corner, and he strikes.
Mind freak
with a couple. Jing steps up with another, and in fact, he gets two himself. But it's left onto Trent. You wouldn't want anyone else in a clutch, and although he's low,
what?
Taking him down the shot.
What? That was so close, dude.
It will be a last-second
Oh
shot
my
that ends up
god.
giving Paper X a much-needed pistol round.
Well, that
I bought the knife, man. I bought the Champions bundle.
Of that arrow, all that made the difference.
Didn't upgrade it though.
But it's enough. Paper X
Too
takes the
expensive.
pistol, and this is a much-needed win.
Gotta support players in the teams, man.
If they can manage to convert in the follow-up that they needed to close the gap after that first half. 5 rounds in a row before this for G2. Finally, we see a stall out to that momentum.
Yeah, I think important that they get that job. It's an important round for G2 because they lose this bonus, and it's a strong bonus. They're right back in the game. He's just full sprint. He's just okay, this W gaming. How could I forget?
Yeah, well, in case you needed a reminder, there it is. Man's lost his shift key. We'll see if he finds it soon. Running back down the tube. He's been hurt.
He created the chaos.
Idea.
I'm back away.
Look at the commitment from
No,
G2.
never back away. Never back down.
Player right down below him, and well, I mean, something is just playing an unhinged style here. He gets shot
He's alive.
in the
He's
back,
alive.
but it's just a tickle, and that actually
Look at
spurs him forward to look for another fight. Jonah P.
They're
all around B while the A side's taken.
They're so focused on him. They're so focused looking at him that in the meantime,
That's
they've
nice,
just walked
something.
into the
That's
side
so
and
nice, bro.
planted the spike. Like, you can't blame them. When a guy is running around like a lunatic,
It's going
you
back
keep
there.
an eye on him, and you need to still keep an eye on him. There was a pixel there that maybe he could find something. Even spreading players around mid. They should know that he's still here, but it seems like they're just relying on this wall, the turret. Is he going to get past it? He is.
Whoa.
The turret, and now just going in behind them. Only the one so far.
They're still alive.
They
They're
have
still
to deal
alive.
with
They're
this
still
man.
alive.
The whole round has been about dealing with something.
They haven't even seen anyone else. Getting towards the spike, sure, but the guy's still behind them, spraying away. Now the fight up in front. Okay, something falls, so too does Divide, but Spike not even half just yet. The sprays are good. Mindfreak gets another and a triple to close it out. All eyes were on something, but it's Mindfreak.
That's insane, man. That's why I love this team, bro. I'm not gonna lie. You don't see that in any other team on the road, my friends.
For sure.
Oh my, what was this round? 17 is insane. Mind the freak, man.
Well, they didn't
The
forget
clutch
about
king.
him. It was like you forgot who he was, like what he was going to be doing. There was so many moments in that round where you just
Oh
think,
my
even
god.
though
Yeah, that was
he
nice.
doesn't get,
That was so
like, the
nice,
triple
bro.
kill, he doesn't get the multi-frag. There was so little time left that it almost just became panic stations for the rest of the team. The solo jet running down mid. Well, you're not going to expect him to be alone.
I haven't seen someone play like that in a long time outside of rank. Hello, early fight. Valorant's not going to get anything, but Divide goes down. Early flank underway. Turret's much more passive, so Leaf will get pretty close. Not close enough to actually take anyone down. He could. Oh, of course. Divide's the one that fell right away. So yeah, he's able to make it all the way up, making it into heaven, grabbing himself a weapon, and now a serious danger down below. He's got something. The res is right above. It's free for Lee.
Happy birthday, bro. Happy birthday. Ace.
Round, and he's looking for
No,
more.
Mighty Freak. Solo, though.
Again. This time a 4K against pistols,
my
but he's 30
God,
HP.
Oh, we talk about forgetting about something. I think they forgot the turret was down. He got so much space. Mind Freak might get an isolated 1v1, but now the Sheriffs, well, we normally talk about hitting a headshot. They definitely don't need that. Body shot will do the job. He's trying to sell the idea that he's pushing into the A site, but that idea has not been sold whatsoever.
What a run by Leaf, dude. What a run by Leaf.
The MasterCard Thrifty will be what brings a round onto the board for G2, and well, it's a massive oversight for Paper X.
Oh, huge. The fact that Divide's first to die is
He deserved the ace, bro.
dropping the turret, his position, given a free weapon down below. The fact that the res goes in up top, just as something dies, they panic to try and cover Divide so he doesn't die a second time, and that ends up giving a flurry of frags over the Leaf. Now 50.
The only thing that's going to pad the gap is the Viper's pit. By having a Stinger in a pit, absolutely fine. So they need to get into the afterplan. Look how quick G2 are already moving around that flank. They're in the spawn already. But by the time they get there, the post plant will be set. This time, turret should be available to give them the information. In fact, Forsaken is already watching, but he has Hunter's Fury. Oh, it's actually got past him, but the flash checks him anyway.
Reckoning going to clear a lot of space here as well. Give away that information. They know exactly where something is. He's stunned up, gunned up. Leaf able for one. Keeping it competitive. G2 3 versus 2. Having to fight through the pit, though, could be the advantage they need. In goes the Thrash. And Mind Freak can't quite dodge it. They know exactly where he is. The pressure is on Jing. He has to cover this man to keep the pit online, to keep the chances there for Paper X.
And Paper X invested a lot to him, man.
G2 now double
bad money.
Board. Pit invested for Paper X, and credits are going to be, well, out of reach. Gets the lockdown into play. Shock darts to harass the planter, and they're back out of there. Flank was attempted for a moment. G2, though, seemed to have fallen back. Maybe assuming that the lockdown's going to send them in the other direction, but they might not know Paper X. This is a team that isn't keen to give up on the A game. Still looking for, well,
now there's repairs on the flank.
And now that flank starts to adjust again. Clearing in middle, getting all the information. The plant is going to be enabled, and something is desperately looking for someone to give him a fight, because the weaponry's such a huge disadvantage for the rest of the team. Divide at least has a gun, but everything else is going to be those stingers. He just wants to try and get something out of it revealed, but does have support.
Well, that flash sends all the support backwards. Jing's caught, still blinded up. Hunter's Fury goes through, though. Forsaken able to trade out onto Icy. Gets the push out of Divide. Back and forth, the kills go, but it's still G2 with the advantage. If they catch Mind Freak for free, it could be something, but he's gliding Leaf down. The defuse already halfway. He's sticking it all the way, and Forsaken has to fight.
Oh my God.
On a sliver of health, gets it across the line.
Oh, so close, dude.
Plenty of time left. It's 11-7. The lead for G2 cemented, and they're in the home stretch now.
But never quite gets it done. Boy, so low on the time, but this must have been just the biggest jump scare ever. 20 HP. It wasn't far away for Forsaken. And well, Alex, and he needs to breathe, needs to get the frustration out, because he's about to talk to the boys. That's what he always says. He's like, I get the frustration out, then I talk to them in a calm manner. Well, they've lost.
Timeout.
Hunter's Fury
for an attempted
available for Triad, no woods for Paper X, but Jing's one away.
Paper X are doing what they want, but it's whether or not,
as
always, this team can make it work anyway. It's going to be something looking for those aggressive fights, but I feel like G2 haven't given any of them away. They've been so good at making sure that doesn't happen, and already there's the man advantage.
That's so bad. That's so bad.
Almost extended on.
That's real bad.
Through players, but with Mind Freak down, yeah. Flank is now wide open. PaperX don't have any ground to fall back to. They have to fight forward. That's exactly what they're going to try to do. Something in Forsaken, the sprays, just avoid it. Then G2 go on the push. Forsaken good for one, but Devi's fallen. The trades are there. Forsaken keeping it alive on the site, but he can't do much from that corner. And
He tried his best, man.
Close as it was to a collat, it won't get it done. 12 rounds on the board for G2.
Playing so good, man.
5 chances to close this one out.
It's going to eventually fall back in this direction. Valen is in a great spot, if not cleared. He's not been cleared. It's a bit of a mistake, and now he gets to just pounce on the remaining players. Even still, PaperX are keeping this one close, and the Res actually puts it in their favor.
Yeah, I like the Valen's just falling back, giving up that space. He'll use his wall to hopefully slow them down. Time won't be bought for the flank. Leaf still alive. Devi's still alive, pardon. You got the turret up. Leaf wants to flank, but he'll be giving away that information soon. Lockdown in play, gets them the space on the site. Advantage there, damage done to Valen. This seems to certainly be a favored round for PaperX, perhaps the start of the comeback. Shockdar's good for some damage.
I know, right?
A few of these players now lit up.
Ooh, okay, one for Leaf, but again, no chance with the trade. Jin gonna heal himself back up, and leaves just a couple standing. Valen trying to bait them in, but they've put him into a tunnel, and it is a solid round. Forsaken with 3, and PaperX, well.
We'll see if that Outlaw can have the impact. We hear the shots fire, but they don't find their mark.
Nope, not going to be anything, and it's the same again. Okay, nice shot. Someone's been doing their aim training, that's for sure. And even the trade's not looking good. Oh, not like this. This would be the worst way to let a map slip away. In fact, it's even...
What? It's
just
misclicked.
Is he just fat-fingered
He's misclicked it. He meant to drone.
Oh, that's just...
Oh,
it's gone horrifically. But Mindfreak just comes out with 3 in a second.
How?
And this round was looking like it was falling apart, but maybe in the most uncharacteristic way. They might take it anyway. Flank coming in. That's the major thing.
Oh my. They're going to still lose this?
It's not been a great round, and now he's under real pressure.
Oh my god.
He's going to take some serious damage. And he's, well, I think he's just got lost in the sauce. Lee
GG.
be there to close out the round. Around the PaperX are definitely going to want to forget.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a hard one to forget, though. We'll be talking about that for a while. And MasterCard Thrifty closing out the map 13-8, and G2, they look very strong. That was PaperX's map pick, and they had them outclassed, outthought every step of the way. Now we look forward to Lotus, forward to Bind, and think, will they have a chance? Well, we're going to find out after the break.
Having that map sort of slip away from them, starting on the attack is going to be good. Like having the ability to set the pace, and that pace is going to be high tempo. For now, though, it's more of a
Jing on the Neo.
Jonah P's just looking for information, but he's taken the head clean off. Devi, not the man I expected to be going first, I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, I mean, last map, we saw him go first, and it was a disastrous round with Leaf finding a 4K. The A site taken by PaperX, at least they'll trade out the life of a man for the site control. Losing out on that Fade utility hasn't stopped them putting boots on the ground. But the retake from G2, quite quick. Paranoia is absolutely perfect. Something still gets away with one, and the nade is slowing them down. Nice disruption from PaperX to start this off.
Jonah. Yo, Jonah! What?
3 headshots already. That Sheriff in his hand is looking like it has aim lock. Looking for a little bit more, but the trade backs are still good. It might be all on Jonah P. Involved in the round. And finally, he's put down.
What a round by Jonah, bro.
To pick up the
what a round by him, dude.
What a pistol round. Now I know what
he's insane, man.
Precision. 1-0 for G2, and my goodness, yeah, we talked about Leaf, we talked about Jonah P, more so in their ability to get behind you and find those free kills when you ain't looking, but it seems Jonah P's stepped it up a little bit. Look at this. Gorgeous first shot, and then these follow-ups are absolutely clinical. Even grabbing another to make it doable for Leaf in the end. Might have come close.
Oh, your lift was so low, bro.
Not close enough.
It's literally only because Leaf has shields. That's the difference maker. It's unfortunate because PaperX actually did very well, and they forced. They're going straight into the B site. They have got guns to play with, looking for those SMGs. And well, already speak about the pistols, but the trade from Trent gives them the advantage, and he backs away.
He's doubled up, still has a Prowler to work with. Icy needs to keep control over Heaven. He's under pressure. Something already up close. They know that he's there, and the swing
the force didn't pay off, man. This is looking like a nightmare for PaperX.
It's possible that they're just going to look to play this as a retake, but instead, especially after the utility goes down, Just going to fall back. I say that, still within the site, who hasn't been spotted again. It's Danger Man, Jonah P.
Yo, Paper Rex, you need to win this round, dude.
Sat in the smoke, waiting for it to fade. It's going to be a duel between himself and Jing, and it's Jonah P to win it and double up. Devi's gone too.
Yeah, man, this is looking like
instead, Forsaken as an
easy
2-0
for G2. Not gonna lie, man.
Reveal. They know roughly where he is, and now the rest of the util comes in. The C's saved until they had the information. That's an absolutely gorgeous play.
Timeout.
They've seen that one man of something has already crossed. Nightfall to be used, but something's around the back. He's gotten closer than expected. Icy covering it from up top, though. Now they maintain their control, slow the push from Paper X, send them in the other direction, but Jonah P
he's alive.
Waiting as
Yo, Jonah's on fire, dude!
And he triples up! Devi, the last man standing! Another...
But individually, Paper X are not looking the same, man.
Break a sweat.
They're not looking good, man, at all. Nothing.
He doesn't know that there's a player sneaking right around
as a team, individually,
well. It was
5-0.
Being able to re-isolate each one of those duels, it's just solid position.
Oh, he's alive.
The initial
and he gets the kill, man. That should never happen, bro. But he's looking insane, dude. Insane.
Dead.
Yep.
But that's got, it's got to be infuriating. Because they've used their ult, it's not really gained anything, and G2 are very happy to play the retake.
Yep. They were ready for this from the get-go. One flank position from Forsaken, though, that could catch them off guard. Look at that. He's got a nasty angle. He hears the steps, and Jonah P, a taste of his own medicine. Dropped from behind. A rifle to be recovered. Paper X with a stance to fight from Jing's caught off. The finger gun's not doing the damage. They'll concede the space, let them down the stairs and fight them on the site, but Leaf wins that one too. Now looking for control over Tree. They'll find it for free. It's Maine. They've got a fight, and the swing is good with Leaf getting his third of the round. It's another successful defensive side already guaranteed to be equal at the half. Leaf swings this and they get the kill. They will run back in the other direction. In fact, they're going to do it anyways. Something now moving through to re-clear this space. He hasn't gotten the peak he wanted. The patience of G2 is commendable, to say the least. This swing, yes, it works out. Icy's down, but the trade attempt is there. Down to the shorty, closing the distance. Something playing a crazy game, upgraded to the rifle, downgraded perhaps, and Leaf doubles it
never
up,
get
keeps
you that,
it
man.
doable for their side. And Trent, Mind Freak knows he's up close, but now the info goes both ways. The spray comes close, Mind Freak.
Yo, something in Mind Freak, man. They are trying hard, dude. 6-1.
Again, even just the trade out through the smoke was pretty big, because we've seen such high impact rounds from Jonah P. This will get them onto the board.
Nice. That was good. That was
they can
good.
now try to extend things. Luckily, they do save that operator, so that's still going to be in play for this next round. And they have the boosting Leaf setup. Instead, though, the defense have got aggressive on both sides of the map.
Usually talk about the push and the pull, but this was just the push. Paper X found themselves the pick. It's been traded out on the other side. C-site left for a retake. Nano's broken already, one activated. Will slow them down, section them off, but, actually, I love this. I adore this. A little bit of damage done. Jing and Forsaken now decently low, but the plant will come through. Paper X have some ground to fight from.
Trent's trying to sell the ruse.
Here we
Nade
go.
one side. He's been denied. Well, denied the ult, maybe not denied the kills. Icy's still going strong.
8 kills for
Sees
Icy.
to the backside. We'll let them know that there's at least was no one there. And the rest of the team just looking to push together. It's all going to be on to one. And while Devi tries, he might.
7-1. Of course, of
They
course.
might have hit him with the knife, but he's downward trajectory in terms of international events. Last time they were at a champs, grand finals.
Bro, that was
top
clean,
2.
dude.
Now they're being challenged in the first round. It's not a good look, but it's a fantastic look for G2 coming from the challengers section of Valorant.
He did get them their first round. Now an attempt to just walk through, and that's going to be revealed. Solid utility, maybe not the gun for it, or maybe it is. Maybe I take it back.
Yo, but G2's having a great day, man.
He's finally put down. Too little, too late.
Well, you say that. Maybe don't count the Vi out just yet. 45 seconds. He's got himself a rifle.
Maybe it's
now.
not PaperX fault, bro. Maybe it's just G2.
For a big play. PaperX needs something.
Oh, it is a great thing.
Take any chance
Having
they can get, but look at G2. We talk about
great day as well, man.
Good attempt by Divide. Baits out the first fight. Knows there'll be a swing back sight because they've played enough rounds against G2. This isn't a squad that's going to send individual after individual to fight you. They group up, they play it together, and they're rewarded with an 8-1 lead. But this man felt my heart skip a beat.
It's the moment of realization. I think he sees the little bit of like
what is this, man?
from the dash.
Looks like that TikTok's cheater, bro.
Just to get the kill.
Timeout.
Valen starts it off. Will be a trade, but he's taken a lot of damage. A more direct approach this time from PaperX, but I'm going to sound like a broken record. These retakes have been stellar. Something's trying to get ahead of it. I really don't mind him pushing up, trying to fight more aggressively. They haven't been able to hold, but again, an impactful double from Jonah P. He's left to fight this alone. Oh, it's a bit of a wide swing, but
okay, man. Finally a run for PaperX.
You know what? He doesn't have a sheriff this time, so I'm not a believer. Already though. Well, yeah, see, it's not a sheriff. Not quite as controlled, aggressive from the defensive side. They've met them outside B, and well, just about going to be the retreat. Keeps things even, but neither team is shying away from this. They want to fight. And well, maybe I was wrong. Jonah P with a double.
Yeah,
it's not going to be 4, you know, not possible. But it's still
I think
good.
it's over, man.
Last man standing something.
It's show over.
Wow. I believed in the post-plant.
Not a good start for PaperX Round Champions.
And I don't think I'm going to start to not believe now.
No, I don't really care what the number is for Jonah P. He needs a raise. He's putting in the goddamn work at this point. Trent with a Bulldog, Trent with an Odin, didn't matter. I'm becoming a fan of this team very quickly.
Are you just trying to get the whole team a raise? Is that the goal?
At this point, Tom, you disagree? It's been unbelievable, and although something grabs one, that is all she wrote. PaperX will struggle with that, as they don't have one.
Already. They're just set up, watching for the door. Wow. Something. He's going to be met by Leaf. It's only a pistol player, so not the end of the world, but we'll garner him an extra orb at least. For the rest, yeah, they've dropped a couple of players. This really isn't bad.
Oh?
Where did that come from? Again, Forsaken. Giving them at least a life. There's time for this. Like, they're going to have to move quickly, and they're desperately low. Valen, a safe pair of hands, but not this time.
That's insane something. Yo, there's hope for them, man. There's hope for PaperX.
In a tough spot. Hey, of all the ways to start this half out,
this
may well end up being one of the best for PaperX, surprisingly.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend it as something you should attempt.
That's not a foolproof strategy, that's for sure.
Forsaken's knife not yet back online. He's put the fragment in, but it's only going to deny them the close corner. I think they're going to have to give this one up. Again, looking to play the retake. Plant. Not going to be denied just yet, as they wait patiently for everybody to arrive.
Taking the leaf out of G2's book. PaperX on the way in, and up he goes, but Jing not landing the shot. The trade is good nonetheless. He causes the chaos. Trent, though, manages the recovery, and Jonah P's there to help out. Forsaken, now the last man standing, misses the jump up top, or maybe he intended to stay below. He almost caught Trent off guard.
I don't think there's hope anymore, bro. 11-5.
Two stacked up and
not a good day for Jing,
out
man.
Of this choke point. If they go for it, they could be in trouble. You've got Jing and Mind Freak ready to exact vengeance on them. Instead,
I don't know, bro. I know Neon is meta, but you have a player who's known for his raise, bro.
You have to imagine there'll be deep utility used here
to
push them off the angle. Indeed, it's going to be a Prowler sent through.
Not gonna lie.
Caught him up close, got the op shot out. Now they've claimed the angle on the side of G2, but is the spike going towards B? I mean, Leaf's already taken the space. The door's open. Nightfall goes through. It's a confusing one for PaperX to read, and if they had an IGL, he'd be panicking about now. Forsaken, under pressure, manages the one, but they need a little bit more, and it's something in Jing to deliver.
1v3?
Leaves Valen alone. First goes his way. Now he can back out of there, has the spike in his hand. They know exactly where he is and something
okay.
a little bit too
No money for G2, man.
to allow him to get away. Attempt. Instead, though, it was just used to give them the information. Nightfall used fairly early, but Jonah P's lurk caught by something.
Yeah, who could have guessed Jonah P would be lurking in this game? Seems something certainly hit the nail on the head. Now the steps are heard, leaving the B site, although, okay,
Showstopper first.
Through, so Forsaken knows there's someone outside B. He'll stick in position. C site, 3 players just outside it. They had success, 3 kills in the last round off just spamming the wall and denying the plant. Looks like they're not going for that this time.
They're so good.
Running around the nade for Forsaken, and Jing steps right into it.
Okay.
Them up. And on 9 HP, Brave to use this ult through a smoke.
Okay.
Leaf, man. How? It's a 1v1. It was
1 against the op. This round was looking done. It looked like it was already in the bag, and instead, there is going to be a challenge. The op not going to be the best for spamming through that wall. Something has to hope that he'll find an angle. Leaf knows once this ult goes off, he has time to get the plant in. He's going for it. Something's wild, spams, perhaps no. He's instead going to close the distance, keep the element of surprise up his sleeve, and try to isolate this man. Caught scoping in. It's a big danger.
What a raid something. Oh my god, Papervex is still alive in the game, my friend. I wanna see Bide, man.
It feels like they've pulled
Only 2 games in a day. I won a best of 3.
Paperex.
Thousands of overtimes.
3v1 that Leaf almost manages to turn, but again, a safe pair of hands is something with that operator. Jing, though, like, they're just the fact he's playing. Again, we've seen this earlier in the tournament, just playing through the fragments.
Oh, that was nice, man.
And
that was so
filthy.
nice.
Just couldn't quite get it done on the last G2 after losing 5 of the last 6 rounds.
Timeout.
A lot more is needed. It's so aggressive. Already, immediately taking control towards that C site. It's left something alone. This could actually be the bigger problem for them. He's going to manage to dodge, but they're trying to pressure with a low buy, looking to get as close as they can. He's repositioned, but the shots are missed. He's now somewhat stuck in the mud, and they're waiting for that rotation to come back in. Shots connecting.
Oh my. Oh my.
For even more. And not even needing that showstopper when he's got the pistol in hand.
Trent's behind as well. He was biding his time on B, and there's no way they expect him to be here at this stage. He's recovered a rifle.
It's over, my friend.
Down and out. What
when we start to believe, man.
From G2, a round that seemed like they wouldn't have a chance in. They had nothing but pistols for the most part, and here they are. Just Devi, 1 against 4. A Viper's pit to fight through. Icy, who's popping off everyone on rifles, bar Jonah P, who doesn't give a damn inside his pit, and a showstopper just for good measure. This is a disastrous outcome. And sure, he takes down 1, but that matters little to G2 right now.
Mapping series points for G2.
Well, can't be back on the board for Paperex in this round. It's been a huge part of what they have. Jing, he's gone as well.
And the showstopper's active, but Mindfreak's up top. No one was close enough to trade him out. Big swing from Devi as well. They'll double up on it. Paperex now with the advantage. They punish the early rubble control. And the response seems to be to take it the other direction. The steps are heard as Valorant moves up towards B main. They know that he's on his way here, and something is more than ready to execute him. But Valorant starts to run back. Timing for something isn't great because the turret's still there. It's going to catch him and give the information. They know that push has come through, but it does get the rotation to the C site.
But that's the thing. If he doesn't peek that, it will have actually been a perfect stack up for them on the C site. Now G2 can call into question, okay, if he's pushed up, they know it's not B. They know the fake that we sold isn't going to be there. Forsaken under pressure, but he can't afford to give the game away here. And well, but now already they've lost 1. This is an awkward fight to take. He's just about going to make it around the corner.
Trent is so smart. He throws the reveal and then just swings it, knowing that they're probably going to go for the peak. Nightfall goes through in the back of that. Forsaken catches Valen, though. A huge kill. But with the Nightfall hitting, Trent takes his moment to go for the flank, moving around through heaven, sees that it's clear. Now you know that the defender spawn is not where they're coming from. It refocuses Leaf. He's now looking towards the water, where he's already heard Mindfreak. TP across, waiting for the steps.
Oh, the timing is insane, man.
Trent now has to do it all. He's pulled out multi-kills so many times in the past. And the first is his, but he's going to swing in and deny that defuse. Not this time.
Go again.
12-9. 3 more chances for G2.
Point of contention Smokes out, Paranoia, Utility, but there seems to be a point where they might look to just push through this. I didn't expect that. Now Icy has managed to put down 2.
Was insane by
That's not
Icy.
the play you expect to see with the Odin. And now Mindfreak's gone as well. The perfect combo. It's left on the man who started this comeback. Forsaken, 1v4.
Devastating round. Let's see if he can do it.
GG.
Immediately shut down. G2, 13-8 and 13-9. They were the better team here today, and the man on your screens, ice cold with it. This guy is unbelievable. His raise popped off, but you gotta commend G2. They look like such a clean machine on the server.